Let's talk about becoming financially free. So I just want to say, if you starting from poor, like your family ain't had no money set aside for you, you had to work when you was a teenager to get money, you really need to hunker down and you need to work every day, right? And when you do that, you need to save the money for like 5 to 10 years. And I'm telling you this based off what I did, what I tell other people to do, and what I know that works. While you working every day, right, you need to have a goal in mind of what's going to be the point where you able to not work 7 days a week, right? Now, me, I'm financially free, and I got financial freedom, whatever you want to call it. But I still like working 7 days a week. I like working in my business. I like starting new businesses. You need to find out what you're what what you're going to do to be able to get out of the 7 day cycle if that's what you want to do. If you really love a journey, you want to stay in it, right? But a lot of people want to work less. So if you want to work less, you got to get a skill and you got to build that skill up enough to where you getting paid more money, and I would say double the money you was making at a job. Making at your job before. So if you had a basic job and you making like 14, 15, 16 to $20, you need to get a skill where you can make 38 to $44 an hour, right? And when you able to do that, your bills should be low comparable to what you make now. So let's say your bill's 2,500, right? Let's say you bringing in 2,800, so you right at the neck. If you double that income for most people and you keep your lifestyle the same, that can be a version of being financially free if you don't want to work 7 days a week for the next 5 to 10 years while sacrificing going out and sacrificing buying all the good stuff. You want to be able to save as much money as possible to be able to get to your goals. But if that's not something you want to do, working 7 days a week, right? You need to get a skill and you need to be able to keep your bills the same. The problem where most people go broke is they get this money, right, from the new job or the new skill, and they just increase every year. The problem with most people when they start making more, they increase their bills by double, man. Like they could be living somewhere paying rent or mortgage and it'll be between 1,000 to 15. Now you want to move somewhere where your rent or mortgage 2,500 a month. It's like when you doing that, you're never going to get ahead. You always going to put yourself back into the rat race because now you just working to pay bills, right? One thing I did, or multiple things I did once I started making more money, is I stayed the same with everything. I didn't change where I lived. I didn't change where I eat out at. I didn't just go buy a crazy car, some kind of supercar. Like, nah, man. That ain't what you do. That's the quick, surefire way to go broke. That's why you see a lot of people who get money, they right back broke. Because being financially free has more to do with your mindset on money than your actual ability to make money. Because there's people that can make $1 million a month, but guess what? They broke because they live $1 million a month lifestyle. So if you live in a lifestyle that is going to be $1 million and you make $1 million, what are you going to do? Be repeatedly broke every month. That's why you see the new study come out. Oh, it's people that make 6 figures that still living paycheck to paycheck. Duh. If you going out the roof, Chris, instead of going out to Outback, I mean, that'll help. If you driving a damn Lamborghini versus a BMW or a Toyota, that'll help. Like, save your damn money. If you get every dime every dime that you get, if you spend it, what do you think's gonna happen? It don't matter how much you make, right? If you spending every dime you get, you're gonna be broke. You got bad habits making $10 an hour. You still gonna have bad habits making $100 an hour. It don't matter. You got to change your habits, man. And that's the thing, man. You got to be able to sacrifice this happiness, and that's what a lot of people is not willing to do. And that's the problem why most people broke. People don't have a earning problem. People got a problem with not working enough, and people got a problem with spending too much. So think of these two problems. Let's say you make $1,000 a week, $1,000 a week. How much did you spend? If you're not putting money away for bills, you're gonna be broke. So let's say your bill's $2,000. You should be putting away $500 a week for bills. But what you do, you'll see people try to binge, whatever you want to call it, binge everything in to 1 week. Like, oh, if I just spend this $1,000, I had $1,000, I could just save the last 2 checks of the month. It's not gonna work. That's not going to work because you're still going to want to buy stuff. You're still going to want to buy food. It's going to be other stuff you got to do, gas, all kind of expenses. So you're always going to be behind the 8 ball now. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get a 5-week month so where you get to catch up. And even people, they get that 5th week check and they still going to go spend the money. You know it. This is what people do. They be like, oh man, it's 5 weeks this month. It's 5 Fridays. They're going to fuck the money up immediately, man. Y'all know it. So to be financial free, you need to change your mindset, you need to change your work habits, and you need to change your job. Don't be sitting here crying about being broke if you're not trying to elevate yourself and get a better job. That's the main thing. Get a better job, get better skills. And you probably say, hey, well, how do you do that? Go online, look for the best jobs you could get, the best skills you could get in 2025. Or whatever year it is, right? And then you see out of those jobs and skills that you will be good at or that you want to learn. You know what I'm saying? Me, I usually tell people, hey, go for the thing that make the most money if that's what you care about, right? Like people go to college, right? I look at college like a car dealership, right? Right, let's say we go to the car dealership and we all got the same amount of money. You pick being a teacher, right, and then complain about the money, and I go pick being an engineer. Now I make 6 figures. I mean, you had the same option because you're going to the same school to get the same degree. Why not get a bachelor's in engineering, right, instead of being a teacher where you're going to make half the money and be complaining? Because I see people, oh, I went to school for this, and then complaining about what they make. So it's like, you made the choice. So you got to keep making those choices, and you got to stand on that. And if it ain't something you really want to do for the rest of your life, you got to change that. And that's just that.